Hello, friends. Welcome back to Grow My Business, the podcast where we talk about sales, business growth, and time management so that we can increase our sales in less time. I'm Dr. Lindsay Fletcher. I'm your sales coach and recovering hustle culture junkie. And if you stick around long enough, I'll help you develop the sales skills you need to actually hear what your clients want and need so that you can solve their problems and grow your business without working 24/7. 2025 is the year of working smarter, not harder. I'm declaring it for me and I'm declaring it for you. Thank you for joining me for another episode of the podcast. I am super excited today because I have a big, huge announcement. Oh, y'all, I'm so excited about this. I'm finally launching a beta round of my first sales course. This sales course is for women in small business who need to close more sales, increase their income, and who have not taken a formal sales course before. I'm opening it up to 10 women, and I've actually already filled 5 slots inside of my women in business community. So please don't hesitate if this sounds like something that you're interested in. You'll want to send me an email at hello@lindsayfletcher.co. I'll be taking you through topics like buyer psychology, the sales process start to finish, how to move a buyer from each stage all the way through closing, and the follow-up process. The price is an absolute steal at $99 for what you are getting, and it will never be this price again. Well, unless God tells me otherwise, but that's not the current plan, okay? It is a course that will be well over $5,000 in worth. I know because I've paid for $5,000 courses before, and I've been really disappointed with the information and the coaching options that were provided. So I am packing this full, like to the brim full of information. I'll provide examples and we will walk through this week by week. It is a 7-week course and it will be delivered via private podcast. And if that is all you want to do, you can stop there and only do the course. Or you can be a part of my group mentoring program that will be $47 a month with a 3-month commitment. Inside the group mentoring program, I will be walking alongside you as you learn the material and helping you apply and implement this into your conversations and into your business and your strategy. We will walk through real life conversations. We'll clear up any topics that you need help with, and I'll make sure that you have a really good, solid sales foundation when you are done. Again, I only have 5 spots left, so email me ASAP at hello@lindsayfletcher.co. That's LINDSAYFLETCHER.co. And please put sales course in the subject line of the email so that I make sure that I see that. Now listen, I know that this pricing might sound too good to be true, and I promise you that it isn't. I see the need for affordable education options for small business owners, and I'm filling that need in the sales category with this course. So again, don't wait to jump into the beta round. Email me at hello@lindsayfletcher.co and put sales course in the subject line. Okay, moving on. Really quick, if you have not followed or subscribed to this podcast, please do hit that follow button. It tells Apple and Spotify and all the places to send this show out to more people. And growing this show is the way that I will be able to continue providing really great content and really great topics to you all. So let's dive into today's topic. It's one that I know makes a lot of people uncomfortable, and maybe you're one of those people. Today, we are going to talk about networking. Now, before you try to tell me that you just aren't good at it or you don't do well in groups, let me remind you that if you are not willing to talk about your business, no one else will talk about it either, which means you make no sales, which means you make no monies, which means your husband is going to eventually say, back to corporate America. And that's not what we want. I don't know. I don't know if you're married, but if you are, that might happen. I have people in my life that I know that has happened, and they had to make a turnaround. So networking is a way to get your business out in front of people, seen, heard about, and you want to think about it like a marketing force on the ground for you. So I'm giving you 3 tips in this episode that you can go into a group of people and network like you are a boss of networking. Okay? Okay. All right. Tip number 1 is you want to know your audience. So there are lots of types of networking groups and opportunities to network out there. There's women's only groups, there's contractors groups, service provider groups, there's co-ed business owner groups, there's solopreneur versus team, businesses that have teams. There's education focused groups. You've got your local chambers of commerce, your better business bureaus, and then not to mention social parties and service clubs like your kids' PTO or groups like Junior League they're really service focused. There's also professional associations where you are in the mix of people like you or in professions like you. There's so many opportunities out there for you to network. And you can also network at local vendor events to get your name out. Have a booth there and network with the local community or the people that are invited to that event. Now, some of these are in person and some are virtual. So everywhere you go is an opportunity to network. And that's a soapbox for another day. But before you go, you're going to want to do some research if it's a new group to you and you don't know who's going to be in the room. Or maybe even if this is a group that you've attended before, maybe you need to do your research again. So you're going to want to have an idea of who's going to be in the room and what types of businesses might be represented or attending this. You want to have some ideas about those businesses of how you might partner together, how you might serve them, how you might connect them with other businesses or other clients, or maybe connecting them with your clients. You're going to want to know specific types of businesses that you want to connect with as well and how you might work together. So let me give you some examples. So if you're a real estate agent, you're going to need to know a notary. You're going to need to know title companies, mortgage brokers, insurance agents, right? You're going to want to have those people in your contacts. And if you are any of those people, you need to know the other people, right? So if you're an electrician, let me give you another example. If you're an electrician, you might need to know plumbers if you sell generators. You might need to know a pool repair company if your client tells you that they've been having trouble with their pool equipment, right? It's not only how you can partner and work with other local businesses to drive business to them, but it's also about your own customers. You can be of service to your own customers by helping them find reliable, excellent businesses to work with, and that provides additional value to your customers. You'll be seen as kind of the expert business person in the area because you know all of these other excellent businesses, right? So know who's going to be in the networking group or what types of businesses this networking group focuses on, and think about ways to connect with those people. So step number 2, or tip number 2, I guess, is after you've identified a group or event to attend and you know what types of businesses might be in attendance, you want to create some goals for the event that you're attending. Everything we do should be intentional, and networking is included in that. So once you know who might be in attendance, create a short list of goals. It doesn't have to be like 30 goals. I'm talking like 3 goals or 5 goals, right? And make them short and sweet, right? So let me give you some examples. Maybe if you're the real estate agent, you want to connect and get business cards from one title company, one mortgage broker, one notary, and one other real estate agent. And you're going to want to find out what they actually specialize in. Have conversation, right? Ask them questions about their business. Maybe the realtor that you're going to meet there mostly works with seniors, or maybe they serve a completely different location than where you are trying to grow your business. So they might be a good referral partner for you, right? So create some goals for the event that you're going to be attending. Now, once you have your goals, I always get ahead of myself, but once you get your goals, you want to be really intentional with your conversations. You're going to want to have questions that you can ask. If there is a title person there, what questions will you ask the title person? If there's a mortgage person there, what questions will you ask them? If there's another real estate agent, what areas do they serve? Ask specifics about their business. Really get to know them. Again, focus on that quality versus quantity in this type of thing. And you're going to want to be intentional with how you explain what you do to either a potential customer or a potential referral partner for your business. How you explain it to someone in your industry or adjacent industries will be different than someone that you are actually looking to work with or work for, right? So if I'm a sales coach, which I am, and I'm talking to a business owner with a team, I'm going to be talking about how I work with teams to increase sales conversions in all areas of their business. So I'll ask them questions to learn about their business, to see if I might be able to help them or that I have some resources that might be helpful to them. And then I'm going to explain that, let's say I'm talking to a med spa owner, for example. I might explain that I help the person answering the phone convert that call into an appointment. And then I help the nurse practitioner close more sales on services and products that they know their clients need to get the results that the client wants, right? But if I'm talking to a solo entrepreneur, for example, I might talk about my podcast or my community, and I might even mention the beta round of my sales course and gauge interest in how I can support them through those avenues. I'm not likely going to tell them or talk to them about helping businesses with teams because that doesn't apply to them, right? So I'm going to be really intentional with my conversations, and I really want you to be intentional with who you're connecting with and how you're having that conversation with a potential customer or a potential referral partner or just another business owner in your area that might be very well connected, right? So be intentional with how you talk about your business and who you're talking about it with. Now, one thing I want to mention here is that if you decide to join a networking group, whether it's paid or unpaid, you'll want to prepare for the meeting each time you go. Now, it doesn't have to be a lengthy, drawn-out process, but thinking through these 3 steps can really help you create solid connections with other business owners, and that can in turn help you grow your business. Each time you go, you're going to want to think about what type of group you're going to, who's going to be there, and what businesses might be beneficial for you to connect with, and then creating your goals and then creating some intentional conversation with those goals in mind. Okay, my notes say I'm supposed to recap now, but I just did that in that last example of going again to the thing, but let's recap again. So you're going to think about who's going to be in attendance and how those connections can help them first and then you. Then you are going to create goals for that meeting. Keep these simple at first. And then finally, you are going to be intentional with your conversations. I hope this episode gives you some confidence. I hope it gives you a plan. Get out there, get to networking, get your business in front of other people. I promise you, it will change the game for your small business. If you need help with this, shoot me an email, hello@lindsayfletcher.co. You can also connect with me inside my Women in Business online community. I'll link that in the show notes at the top so that you don't miss that. And I will talk to you next time. I'm praying for you and I'm praying for your business.